Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Students, this is a recent paper. You can see it is Feb March 2021 paper, and the code is 0455 by the 12 because it is a paper from IGCSE. And remember, students, that it is a great practice if you do the papers after doing the O levels paper, do it from the IGCSE. The first two questions I explained in my other video, but let me go through it quickly. The first question was about two individuals. Sanjay is given as a risk taker and sets up a restaurant in Chennai, and Sanjay works for the business as a chef. So he is doing two things. One, he is running a business, and secondly, he is also working as a chef. He leases the restaurant building from Raghav. So Raghav is the other individual and employs him to serve the customer. So Raghav has rented out the building, and also he is working in the same restaurant as well. So which income is earned by Sanjay and Raghav? This is the question basically. So look at option C. Sanjay definitely will be getting profits and wages. Why? Because he is running a business, so he will be getting profits, and also he is working in some other place, so he is getting a wage also. Raghav has rented out the building, so he's going to get the rent, and he is working in the same restaurant also uh, and getting wages. So C is the answer of question number 1. You can always have a look at this paper also so that you can go through it and revise it. A government reduces social security spending by 10 billion, and in order to increase the defense spending by $10 billion. So basically the government is taking out money from one sector and spending on the other sector. So what is this example of? Look at option D, reallocation of resources. So the government is basically reallocating, redistributing the resources, taking out the funds from one place and investing it in defense spending. Okay, question number 2, your answer. Okay, the question number 3 is based on a table, and it shows the maximum production possibilities for goods and services for a country. uh, Goods and services are given, so this production possibility curve is between the goods and services. The country originally produced only goods but now produces 20 million units of services as well. So the country uh, continues to operate at maximum production possibility. So it means that it is going to continue on the curve and using all the resources. But now they are producing 20 million units of services. Initially, they were not. So they were not producing any services. So they must be producing 100 millions of units of goods and 0 units of services. But now, as they have shifted their production possibility curve, producing more of some of the services as well from 0 till 20. So what is the opportunity cost basically of doing this? From 100 to 80 millions of goods in order to produce 20 units of services. So in the answer, if you can see option A, what is the opportunity cost for this country? 20 million units of goods in order to produce 20 million units of services. So the answer is A. Question number 4, very straightforward question. What is included in macroeconomics? Macroeconomics is the collective study of the economy, which includes government policies and inflation, unemployment, all those things. So what is included in macroeconomics? The cause of a change in the price of one product? No, it is part of microeconomics, where individual units are studied. B. The causes of a market failure. Market failure also is studied individually, and you can see that in your book also. It is part of microeconomics. The causes of determinants of price elasticities of supply. It is also price elasticity is also uh, varying from one product to another. So one good at a time will be studied. So that is basically microeconomics. D is the answer, the causes of economic growth. Economic growth is a collective phenomena, increase in the GDP in an economy. So you will pick D as the answer of question number 4. What is an advantage of a market economy in the allocation of resources? There are, and the market economy is the free market economy which is controlled by the private producers only, and there is no role or a very minimum role of the government. So, out of the options given, advantage we have to see of the free market economy. Uh, you can see option D. It indicates the relative demand mechanism. We come to know that anything which is produced by the producers should have a reasonable demand, high demand in the economy. So, in a free market economy, the equilibrium is always the indicative of the relative demand for goods and services. It simply means that the demand of a good is properly signaled to the producer through the mechanism, the price mechanism. Okay, you can go through the options A, B, and C. It will not fit in uh, as an advantage of the free market economy. Okay, so question number 5, D is the answer. Which characteristic of a product will cause market failure? Market failure means when the free forces of demand, supply, or the free market forces, private producers, are unable to allocate the resources according to the wills and desires of the consumers, then the market fails and the government intervenes. So, a product will be part of a market failure. Why? Look at option A. Information about the product is known equally by the consumer. If it is known equally by the consumers and producer, that is a good thing. That will not fail the market. The consumption of the production has no external benefits. External benefits themselves, the underproduction of external benefits, will create market failure. So this cannot be the answer. The product is non-rival and non-excludable. This is the property of the public goods. So if public goods are properly produced by uh, the producers, then of course there will be no market failure. Option D, the production of the product has no external costs. If they don't have any external costs, it means that it will be considered as one of the advantages. So, market failure will be caused in this case by option B, because all these 4 options is basically not creating any market failure, but out of the options the consumption of the product has no external benefit. It means that there are no benefits at all provided by that product to the consumers. So we pick B as the answer of question number 6. That is the only thing which we can get out of here, these options which can create a market failure. One of the best questions of this paper, question number 7, the diagram shows the market equilibrium E for product X. Sloping, we know it, demand curve, and upward sloping curve, supply curve. So it means that they are actually giving the shape of the demand supply curve, and the students should know it. The price of a substitute good falls. If the price of the substitute good is falling, then this product which we are talking about will have a decrease in demand. Why? Because the substitute will gain more demand as its prices are falling, and the demand for this given product will decrease. Why? Because the substitute is getting more demand. In which area of the diagram would the market disequilibrium for product X move? E is the equilibrium. Okay. Draw, for example, a curve over here at point E, at this point. So I can say that if I draw a supply curve and a demand curve like this, so the demand curve should be shifting on the left side. Why? Because the demand of this product is decreasing, so the demand curve will come over here. So the equilibrium point will shift from E to a point, a region in C. So that was the question, that in which region the new equilibrium will come. So that will be region C. From E, demand shifts on the left side, it will come over here like this. So there is a decrease in demand. So C is the specific region where it will come. Question number 8, the table shows the supply schedule for a good, prices and quantity given. So if you know the formula of the price elasticity of supply, you can easily do this question. The price elasticity of supply is percentage change in supply over percentage change in price. So if we are finding out the increase from PES from $1 to $3, $1 to $3, so your new price will be $3, your old price will be $1, your new quantity supplied will be 7, and your old quantity supplied will be 3. So you can work out the percentage change in supply over percentage change in price. For some of the students who have problems in this calculation, remember that percentage change, when you calculate either for the supply or for the price, the formula is very simple: new value minus old value upon old value multiplied by 100. So that will, you are going to do it for both of them. So this calculation, get one of the values out of these three. Question number 9. Which function does a central bank provides for general public? Remember, students, central bank doesn't have anything to do with the general public. The only thing which can, but it is the government's bank, central bank, like State Bank of Pakistan. They can issue new notes. They print new notes. That is the only thing. They will not accept the deposits from the general public. They will definitely issue bank notes. They will not make any loans to the general public. They will not provide any overdraft to the general public. It is basically the commercial bank, the private bank, which do A, C, and D. But B is done by only by the central bank, because monetary policy, actually, the central bank makes the monetary policy in which they decide about the interest rate and they decide about the printing of the new notes, that is money supply. Question number 10. What might cause a rise in wages? Out of these options, read option D, the introduction of a national minimum wage. For example, if the labor was earning 20,000 rupees and now from the government's rule and regulation, they are now earning 24,000 rupees. The government say that don't give the labor less than 24,000 rupees. So this will definitely increase the wages of all the workers working in that economy. Okay. Option A, B, and C, when you go through this video again or you see the paper, that is not going to increase the wages at all. A more elastic supply of labor cannot be the answer, because elastic supply of labor means that you have enough surplus labor. So if you have more supply of something, the price will not increase of that, and price of labor is wage. So let's move on to question number 11. A national trade union wishes to increase the wages of its members without reducing the numbers employed. Means that they want to have a stable employment also, and they want to raise the wages also. So which factor would help the union to do this? Uh, what will happen to the product, and because of that producers will increase the wages and the trade union. The demand for the industry product is increasing. Yes, it can be the answer. Let's see the other. The industry consists of a small number of organized employers. No, so it means that their jobs will be very restrictive. The union workers have low level skills. So who is going to increase their wages if they are having low level of skills? So cannot be the answer. The worker wages are the largest cost of the industry. So they will never increase their wages. So option A is a good one. The demand for industries product is increasing. It is maybe becoming price inelastic in nature, the product which they are making. So that's why the producers say, of course, we are getting profits, so why not give more salary or wages to the uh, labor force. The diagram shows a firm's total cost curve. This is the total cost curve given. What is the average variable cost if the firm produces an output of OQ? OQ. They have given the form of the ratios. Remember, students, the average variable cost. Remember this. The formula is total variable cost divided by the total output. Average variable cost is equals to total variable cost divided by the total output. So we have to see from this table, we have to work out where is the total variable cost or the variable cost. This line over here, horizontal, is the fixed cost. So this part OW is your fixed cost. OX is the total cost, right? OX is the total cost and OW is your fixed cost. So if I subtract, for example, OX minus OW, so automatically this part WX will be your variable cost. WX. The formula for total cost is fixed cost plus variable cost. So if we just have to find out the variable cost, I would say total cost minus fixed cost. Simple equation, mathematical equation. So variable cost equals to total cost minus the fixed cost. So total cost OX minus OW, which was the fixed cost, WX will be your variable cost. WX divided by the total output is OQ. Option C is our answer. Option C. So that is the answer for this question. Option C. Okay, I'll try to finish this paper after some time. Today